I do apologize for not making any content on this channel. Sometimes I forget this channel exists. I do upload shorts, but since this channel is kind of a mix of like TV shows and like cosplay, I do have a lot of content. I just haven't had a chance to like put it all together. I'm more active on my other channel where I do talk about anime, so if you guys like anime, feel free to sub to it. But I'm gonna try to be a bit more active on there because I've been to a few conventions. I have a bunch of new projects working on. But that being said, let's just talk about Marvel Zombies. Been a big fan of The Walking Dead for years, and if you guys are not aware, Robert Kirkman is the one who originally wrote Marvel Zombies, the comic series. They limited the series a few years ago, and like I was pretty excited whenever they announced this was gonna get a continuation from the What If series, and it didn't really disappoint because it surprised me heavily. I'm pretty sure you guys' timeline is full of the whole Marvel Zombies. You probably have seen clips of it by now, but I want to say I am very, very impressed. I'm not gonna lie, the animation ultimately grew on me. Like, I wasn't a really big fan of the whole 3D animation, the weird design, but I think for what it is, it actually worked really, really well. Also, spoilers beware if you haven't seen this series. So yeah, I gotta talk about the animation first. I do like how some of the animation moments do look. There were certain moments within the series where I felt like they actually hand drew some of these scenes. I think that was pretty cool, and the fact that they gave the series a TVMA rating is really nice. I think it's pretty cool. It worked out in its favor because one of the complaints I saw from the original Marvel Zombies spin-off from What If is the fact that it wasn't too mature. It was like it played it a little bit too safe. The blood was kind of blue, and you didn't get the feel of, okay, it's zombies. Yeah, why would we be afraid of these zombies? But the fact that they make these zombies more intelligent, they make them even scarier. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I've seen people complain the whole thing about Wanda Maximoff being the main villain again, the Queen of the Dead. In the original What If, she was a villain because she did control most of the zombies, but in this series, she's not necessarily a villain. She is pretty much the villain because she's straight up Queen of the Dead. But I know I've seen people say, why is Wanda Maximoff so powerful? Why do the writers love this character? Blah, blah, blah. Well, if you guys have seen the original What If, you know that she's pretty much a villain because, like, yeah, she's a straight up villain. Wanda's one of those characters that, like, she's a witch. Like, bro, she has the name Witch, and witches in general tend to be kind of evil. I'm not trying to stereotype, but, like, it's Wanda Maximoff. Come on, we've all seen Multiverse of Madness. We all know she has this evil manifestation, this evil heart in it. And pretty much her goal in the entire series is she's controlling the dead to get to the Power Stones, to get to the Infinity Gems, which are now like sealed within the Hulk because he became a vessel of the Infinity Stones after Thanos fell at the hands of Black Panther. Towards the end of the What If series, we got to see Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Scott Lang go to try to defeat Infinity Gauntlet Thanos. I was always curious how they were going to defeat him, how they were going to die, because they left us off on such a big cliffhanger for like years. We were wondering, did they all die? How did they stop zombie Thanos? And well, the fight went as well as you think it would. The fact that Thanos is pretty much still a zombie. He doesn't really retain his full intelligence of like how to do things properly. He was still able to do like some damage to Spider-Man. He was able to defeat Thor. He was able to kill Rocket and Groot. Like, damn, that was brutal. But the one who ultimately ended off the main blow was Black Panther by throwing zombie Thanos into the pit of vibranium, which caused a chain reaction to like explode the gems and scatter them everywhere. Like, the main focus of the show is kind of on Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan, and a group of survivors just trying to find a way to save the planet. At first they think, okay, yeah, we're gonna save the planet by calling the Nova Corps from space, only for it to turn out that the Nova Corps has actually been here on Earth the entire time. It's kind of quarantining the planet, saying, yeah, if you leave this planet, we're gonna kill everyone because like we cannot let the virus spread to other systems within the galaxy, within the universe. So yeah, pretty much plan A failed. So like their backup plan was pretty much to save the Hulk and stop Wanda from obtaining that power, because what are you gonna do when a zombie Wanda has the power of the Infinity Stones, the power to shape reality? Nothing good can come out of it. And the whole final battle of Kamala and everyone else like fighting the zombies, I think was pretty cool. I think Spider-Man fighting the entire army of the dead was such a nice treat. I think that was pretty damn entertaining. I think the whole Hulk versus zombie Thor, I thought that was pretty cool. And the fact that Wanda was just kind of sitting in the background, not really doing anything, she felt, I mean, she did have like a presence, but she was pretty much controlling everyone. Like, she never really got her hands dirty. She sent her goons after the Hulk, after pretty much everyone. And for some reason, she wanted Kamala Khan because something about her powers, I guess. She can warp reality or something like that. I'm not too familiar with the MCU's version of Kamala Khan, but for some reason, she really wanted her on her side, which is cool, I guess. I do have some complaints about the series. The fact that they killed Blade. I love Blade Knight. I think that was pretty cool. I like the fact that Blade is this cool, nonchalant character with the power of Khonshu. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of the Moon Knight TV show. I think it was kind of okay. But I do like how they showed Blade off, how it was pretty much this unstoppable badass till he tried to fight Thor and ultimately died, which was like, some of the other characters we get to see. Alexei, we get to see Elena, we get to see a bunch of other characters throughout this series and how they ultimately die. I was pretty surprised how many characters they killed off. I'm like, holy shit, they killed off so many characters. With the exception of Spider-Man, because I believe there's like a clause that they can't technically kill Spider-Man, even in animated shows, which I found to be pretty interesting, because I thought we were going to get like a zombie Spider-Man. That would have been really cool, but apparently there's like a clause where he can't die for some reason, which is weird, but I think that's pretty cool. So hopefully we get a season 2 of this series, because I really liked it. For like something so short, I feel like it could have been, it felt like a little movie. Do I think the MCU's back? No, but does have potential. I really like Marvel Zombies, because I've always been a fan of like the zombie genre. I've always been a fan of the whole apocalyptic vibe. So seeing like the world of Marvel Zombies, they state how the world has moved on ever since like everyone became infected, pre-Infinity War to like post zombie war. I think was pretty cool. I like the concept of Wanda pretty much controlling everyone, turning everyone she knows into like zombies to work for her. What her motivations are, we don't necessarily know, because her entire motivation is to gain this power, but for what purpose, we don't really know. Maybe to infect the rest of the universe or something like that. We don't know. If that's the case, then maybe we could see like a season 2 where like the zombie plague has spread beyond Earth, and it's up to everyone in the galaxy to somehow try to stop Wanda. I think that would be a pretty interesting route to take this series, because if you took this series into the cosmic territory, now you have like a lot of potential. There are so many characters in this show, I can't remember off the top of my mind. But overall, I did like the series. It wasn't too bad. Wanda, a bit overpowered, but I mean, she's Queen of the Dead, of course. Zombie Namor was pretty like terrifying. Like, damn, the Atlanteans being zombies, yeah, that was really terrifying. And I do like how each of the episodes they show those different perspectives of some of the characters, how people were being infected, how cities were falling. I really wish we got to see some of like normal people's viewpoints, how the military survived, how everyone dealt with it, what the world happened afterwards. But we got hints of that throughout this series, and I think it was pretty cool. I like how the raft was ultimately destroyed by Zombie Namor, how everyone died. Also, the whole reveal with Zombie Asgard, I think was pretty cool. But overall, this is a pretty cool miniseries. I give it like an 8 out of 10. As a big fan of like the zombie genre, I found it to be pretty damn entertaining. The original Marvel Zombies comics were kind of to me. I much prefer Deceased, which is a better take on the zombie superhero genre, but this is still a good series. I like the TV version. It's terrifying. These zombies would be absolutely terrifying. Blade was a cool highlight. Kamala Khan, she kind of felt a little bit like annoying at the beginning. Also, the fact that they killed Kate Bishop off like that, I was pretty surprised. I'm like, damn, they just killed her off like that? Okay, Marvel, do your thing. But overall, I like this series. You really should go watch it, because I know a lot of people are spoiling it. So, yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And, yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.